YouTube police, thank you for clicking onto this video. This is a public service announcement.
Alright, good day my friends. Welcome back to my video channel, Life of Chuck. Today's agenda, we just came back from Walmart and we picked up some auto body filler. So that is the plan of attack. We're gonna go work on Korean girl's car today. We're gonna go to her place, gonna have some leftover Thanksgiving food. She's got a ton of food left that everybody didn't eat. So, my appetite, yeah, we're gonna eat it up. So yeah, we'll go do that, and we are gonna start working on her car. So we're gonna show you a bit of that today, or a lot of it. I'm not sure yet. Let's see how involved this is. Oh, speaking of how involved it is, this is a shout out to one of my subscribers. I wrote down what I wanted to say even. Shout out to Tom Rogers. He commented on one of my latest videos that working on Korean girl's car is probably easier than working on tractors. Hell yeah. When I was at Versatile, when I was in the machine shop there, or the sheet metal shop, wow, I did some heavy stuff. I was the smallest worker there, but I was the hardest working guy there, and that's how I went from being bottom of the pile, and I worked my way into quality management, because I was a hard worker, always gave her, always put in extra hours and extra effort. So yeah, smallest guy there, hardest worker. But yeah, some of the stuff that I did there, hard jobs, were frames. We built frames, all the frames on those tractors. So some of the frames are like 10 feet long, probably 3/4 inch thick steel. And it's probably about a good 1.5 feet wide, if not wider. Yeah, probably a good 2 feet wide. So those things were freaking heavy, and you always had to push them and put them in the big brakes, and you'd bend the frames. So see this vehicle here? Some of the frames are as long as this Jeep. So pretty heavy. The other job we did was loader buckets. We built a lot of loader buckets. So if you ever see those front end loader machines scooping up gravel and dirt and whatever else, yeah, we built those. So we would make the buckets size, and you would do multiple bends on those, probably 5-6 bends if I remember clearly, to do all the forming. Those things were heavy. Actually, I almost got killed with one of those once. Somebody was setting up the machine and hit the eject button to eject the sheet metal out the front, and this stuff is, again, 1/2 inch thick steel, and it came shooting out the front and hit me in the freaking midsection and gut and pushed me back against the wall, and it stopped just in time to not cut me in half. So I got away lucky that time. Wow. Very dangerous job, manufacturing like that, machine work. I've seen guys injured a lot, yeah. One guy got whacked on the head pretty good, forming a part, and it flipped up and cracked him on the chin. And when it forms, it just automatically hits within fractions of a second. Seen one guy got his fingers sliced off. He was drill pressing on a drill machine, and they get the little spirals of metal as it's drilling, and he went to grab it or pull it out, that piece that stuck to the drill bit, and caught his finger and yeah, ripped it right off. But yeah, so yeah, I seen a lot of crazy ass shit working heavy jobs like that. Anyways, let's finish the blah 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 and go get some work done. So, or food first, then work. Hell with that, and then coffee maybe. And you know, it doesn't matter if we use Walmart Bondo at all. It's pretty much the same as Canadian Tire auto body filler. It's all the same. Either way, Korean girl's car is a throwaway car. They're a cheap made car, cheap little runaround. Once it's done, or has problems, you get rid of it. That's all there is to it. They're throwaway, disposable cars, like everything else in society nowadays. You know, it's interesting because the car industry manufactures 80 million cars a year. Just think of that, 80 million cars. That's a freaking pile. You know, that's a lot of waste. All the materials and stuff that they use to package all these things, to ship them, the cardboard, the pallet containers. Wow, unbelievable when you think about what we do and what we produce. So yeah, anyways, just rambling now. Okay, this is today's job. We are fixing up her dent. This thing's actually fairly beat in. I don't know if this comes in. Yeah, it's pushed in pretty good, and I've actually already hammered it out. The good thing is the metal's like freaking cheap on this crap and really thin, so it's easy to pound. So what I'm gonna do is just do a quickie job. It's not gonna be the best. So I'm gonna try and hammer it out. We'll grind it down and bondo it up. That's the extent of it. She doesn't care. It doesn't have to be too fancy. And she got a little bit here. We'll probably grind that down a little bit. Put a bit of fill in there. Nothing too fancy. So these are cheap throwaway cars anyway. So this one we're just gonna scuff, maybe throw a skim coat of bondo or something. I'm unsure. We'll see. But this will pound out and try and get some kind of body line to it. Yeah, see, it's all dinged up. Mostly here. Right here it's been pushed in the most. This I almost got right out enough. So anyways, that's today's job. She even got the rim. Her daughter did this, by the way, not Korean girl. So extra work. God, I look pretty handsome, don't I? See? Not really. Okay, I'm running today. So we got her fender pulled out, hammered out a bit to where I think I want it, and I gotta come back to the van to get some tools. So I'm gonna make a quick coffee while I'm here. And today I feel like a smartass, so we're having smartass coffee. And I don't have time to review it today, so we're gonna have to come back and show you that next time, boys and girls. So okay, let's get things done. You know, speaking of coffee, I usually have like 3, 4, 5 extra leftover coffee cups, like from Starbucks or Tim Hortons or McDonald's, laying around in the van because I recycle them a lot and just reuse them, fill up with my own coffee. But today, nothing. I couldn't find nothing, so I had to use a styrofoam camping coffee cup. Okay, back to today's project. This thing here. I hammered it out a little bit last time, so I'm gonna hammer it out a little bit more. However, this is supposed to have a lip on it, but I don't think it's gonna happen. She doesn't care as long as the dent is semi-reasonable and doesn't look ugly like this and is painted white. So let's show you the body line on the other side. This one, see, it's been flattened, so it's got no body line. So yeah, it has a body line lip like that. However, we're probably going to end up doing away with that on the other side. We're going to try and blend it in a little bit. It's going to be a round lip at this point, from what I see. So yeah, I'm going to ding out down here a little bit, and then we're going to grind it most of the paint off, and then bondo it up, and we'll see what happens. So let's try and bang it out a bit first. See. Okay, on the inner side of the fender, it has a plastic liner, and technically I would like to take this out and then I could put this body lip line in there. However, that means taking the tire off and doing that, but she says, you know what, don't worry about it. She doesn't care. She doesn't want that done. She says too much time, which, yeah, I guess it would take an extra half an hour or so, but that's okay. We'll just do what I said. We're gonna go in here and hammer it up a bit. Now I don't have a typical body hammer. We're using this guy, and I'm gonna try and get in that lip as close as I can. It's hard to do holding the camera, so camera has to go down. Okay, I got it hammered out as close somewhat as I can. It's not the best, but you know what? It is what it is. And then I'm gonna wipe it down with some paint cleaner. Actually, it's paint thinner. Basically, I'm just trying to get the dirt off and any grease in that before I grind it. Because if I grind it, then the grease gets into the metal and then the Bondo and primer and blah 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 won't stick to the surface, so you always want to clean it. It's probably better off using like a gun cleaner or a pre-cleaner, but paint thinner is all we have, what we have, and I'm not going out to spend 20 bucks to do the rest. So again, not a perfect job, but you know what? It's going to be at least better than this. A little bit of that, and whoops, I guess I gotta film what I'm doing, eh? Here. There. Nothing fancy, but it should get rid of some of the crap. Neighbors are leaving. I don't have enough rags. I'm gonna have to find a rag to wipe this down. Anyhow, there we go. That is that. Da, 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 da. Okay, we got it as far out as I want at this time. The biggest problem I had was getting in here without breaking that plastic and hammering it. So I had to be semi-gentle but rough enough to form it. And actually, if I had the plastic off, I could put that lip in there. I could bang it out enough to get this lip semi-formed. However, with the plastic on, it's not possible. So metal has a memory, so it will remember this line, and as you hammer it out in this section, it will form somewhat, not 100% obvious, somewhat to this line. So yes, metal's not stupid. Did I mention, actually, while I'm here, the very first college course I took was auto body repair, or auto body, whatever they called it way back in the, I'm not even going to mention when. But anyways, I was like 21 years old when I took that course. It was like a year course in automotive body repair and painting. So that's where I first started. And then when I tried working for 2 different auto body businesses, but yeah, no, that wasn't for me. And then I ended up, because I learned welding skills and metal forming skills, I ended up going to a metal manufacturer's, and that was kind of my story. And then I went to Versatile Tractors, building tractors. So yeah, so the next step, how are we grinding off the paint down to the metal? Well, this is what we got. We're using my DeWalt drill, and I got like an 80 grit sandstone. We don't have a grinder, and maybe it's a better thing we don't have a grinder, because grinder would freaking chew it up pretty good. This is a light metal, so maybe this little bit is better. Oh, it's not focusing for some reason. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so maybe this little 80 grit sandstone is a better thing. See, I already started. That's what it looks like. I did a little bit, and yeah. Okay, 5-10 minutes later, this is what it looks like. This is how our surface looks like, prepared. And notice I didn't grind it all the way down. I left some paint and primer. And I did this mainly because the paint is already etched into the surface. So it's not necessary to take it all the way off. Some people might say the opposite. Some body men might say take it all the way off. But you know what? This is chemically etched into the paint. So if we can get the Bondo to stick to the paint, we're okay. And that's kind of what it is. Or that's what our plan and theory is. So now the trick is, I haven't done Bondo mixing for a long time, so hopefully we can get a good mix. I ain't gonna video that because Bondo can harden in 5 minutes if you don't mix it proper, and we're not gonna have a lot of time to put this on. We're probably gonna have to do maybe 2 skim coats on this, I'm thinking. And I'll show you this is what I'm using for a cheese grater, or body filler file they call it. And this is to take the chemical coating off of the surface of the Bondo. They have like a skim surface that you have to. Because if you go to sand the surface before a body file, your sandpaper's gonna plug up. Actually, what is funny is I snapped a picture of it looking like this, and if Korean girl doesn't come down, I'm gonna say, hey look, this is what it looks like, I'm done. This is how we're gonna leave it. She's gonna get pissed. Okay, seems to be one of those days. I opened the can of Bondo, popped open the top. There's supposed to be hardener on top. Not there. Well, we're gonna have to end things here, folks. We didn't get the repair done, but that's okay. Maybe this video has been too long anyways. So, with that and substandard repairs today, we're gonna say thanks for watching as usual. Remember, stay awesome, stay kind, cheers, all that good stuff that I always say. And until next time, yeah, have a great week. Later.